Good evening, Eagles fans, and welcome to your daily dose of Birds news, where we bleed green and live for that Philly grit. Picture this, you're soaring high at 4-0, the city's buzzing with Super Bowl hangover vibes from last year's epic run, and then, bam! A gut punch loss to those pesky New York Giants, 34-17. If that doesn't get your blood pumping, I don't know what will. Tonight, we're diving deep into what's got the Eagles' offense sputtering, straight from the mouth of star running back Saquon Barkley, who's calling for a return to that unbreakable attitude that carried us to glory. Stick around, because this isn't just a recap, it's a roadmap to redemption. Let's break down the main story here. Last night at MetLife Stadium, enemy territory, the Eagles came out flat against a Giants squad they've owned in recent years. Remember, Philly had won 6 straight against Big Blue heading into this one, including some absolute demolitions. But Thursday night, it was a different tale. The offense managed just 17 points, with drives stalling left and right. Saquon Barkley, the powerhouse we snagged from those very Giants in the offseason before last year's magic, carried the ball 12 times for a modest 58 yards. No explosive runs, no game-breaking moments like we're used to seeing from this guy. And folks, the grumblings that started even during our perfect start? They're turning into full-on roars now. Barkley himself addressed it post-game, saying the team needs to rediscover the mindset that fueled our 2024 Super Bowl triumph, where he bulldozed his way to over 2,000 rushing yards and hoisted that Lombardi trophy high in the confetti at Allegiant Stadium. Now, let's dive into the analysis, because this isn't just about one bad night, it's about execution, or the lack thereof. Barkley pushed back hard on the idea that the Eagles have become too predictable. He pointed out that last year, everyone in the league knew we were pounding the rock, handing it off to Saquon time and again, with Jalen Hurts mixing in those sneaky RPOs, or run-pass options, to keep defenses guessing. But we still shredded teams. Why? Attitude, baby. Barkley put it bluntly, last year, do you think we were predictable? Everybody knew we were running the ball. We still got it off. I also think we got to get back to the attitude, the mindset of not really giving a FK what people are trying to do. Ooh, you can feel the fire in those words. He's saying football boils down to simplicity. Out-execute the guy across from you. Right now, the Birds aren't doing that. The offensive line, anchored by the legendary Jason Kelce, who, at 37, is still snapping the ball like a machine, looked a step slow. Hurts completed passes to A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, sure, but those big play connections we saw in the Super Bowl? Missing in action. And injuries. Don't get me started. Linebacker Devin White tweaked his ankle, which could linger, forcing more snaps for Nakobe Dean. To put this in historical context, let's zoom out a bit. The Eagles have a storied legacy of resilience. Think back to the 2017 miracle, when Nick Foles stepped in for Carson Wentz and led us to our first Super Bowl win against Tom Brady's Patriots. That underdog spirit? It's in our DNA, from Reggie White's Minister of Defense days in the 80s and 90s, terrorizing quarterbacks, to Brian Dawkins' bone-crushing hits that defined our defense in the 2000s. Donovan McNabb? He threw for over 30,000 yards in green, guiding us to 5 NFC championship games. Fast forward to now, last season's 2,000-yard rush from Barkley? That's elite company. Only 8 players in NFL history have hit that mark, including legends like Eric Dickerson and Adrian Peterson. Statistically, our rushing attack led the league in 2024 at 165 yards per game. But this year? We're hovering around 120, and against the Giants, we couldn't control the clock, giving Daniel Jones too many chances to air it out. Compare that to our NFC East rivals, the Cowboys with their high-octane passing game, or the Giants who've rebuilt around young talent, and you see why this loss stings. It's not just a divisional L, it's a wake-up call in a division where every game feels like a street fight. I caught up with a fictional Eagles insider, let's call him Coach Mike, a retired offensive coordinator who's seen it all. He told me, Saquon's spot on. This team's got the talent, Hurts with his dual-threat magic, Brown hauling in contested catches like it's nothing, but they've lost that Philly edge. Remember the "Fly Eagles Fly" chant echoing through Lincoln Financial Field? That's the passion we need to bottle up and unleash every snap. And from a fan perspective, imagine die-hard Bird supporter Joey from South Philly. Yo, Saquon, we got your back. Last year was electric, rushing title, Super Bowl parade down Broad Street. But this, we gotta hit him harder, like Dawkins on a blitz. Pure Philly fire right there. Looking ahead, what does this mean for the Eagles? At 4-1, we're still atop the NFC East, but the schedule toughens up. Next week's home tilt against the Commanders could be a bounce-back bonanza, especially if we lean into that no-fear mentality Barkley's preaching. Predictions: I see Saquon erupting for 150-plus yards soon, powering us toward another playoff push. But if the offense doesn't gel, we might see trade deadline moves or even schematic tweaks from head coach Nick Sirianni, who's proven he's a wizard at adjustments. Long-term, this could fuel our drive for back-to-back titles, something only a handful of teams have done, like the Patriots dynasty. The implications are huge. Stay hot, and we're talking MVP buzz for Hurts. Falter, and the fanbase's intensity ramps up even more. Eagles Nation, this is far from over. It's just the spark we needed. So, gear up, crank that Fly Eagles Fly anthem, and let's pack the link next Sunday. What do you think? Will Barkley's call to arms turn the tide? Hit us up in the comments, subscribe for more Birds breakdowns, and remember, in Philly, we don't just play football, we live it. Until next time, fly high.